Okay, so I'm making a video today that is a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to cut the lace, but I don't know, I see all these videos and they just show them and they make it look so easy. And I'm just going to show you how it is still easy, but it doesn't look and feel easy, and that's okay, it'll still turn out. So let's see. Is the wig. Sharp scissors, these are what I could find. I use a little silky scrunchie and then maybe a barrette to put the hair back. And this is live to you from my mom and dad's house in Ohio. So we're just doing what we have. You should see how I have this phone rigged in like their blinds because I forgot to bring a tripod. So yeah, I try to just get all the hair bunched up, just so you don't have all the hair in your way. Just do a loose ponytail. And then focused on the part. And so I start with one side and I just kind of move all the hairs back and clip them in place so they are out of my way. All right, so what I'm going for is to cut the lace, but I want to make sure I leave enough room so that I can further customize it, as well as not cutting too short or far into the hairline until I know that that's really what I want to do. So I always start at like the middle of the wig and start with the center. Just cut straight down the center so that you've got that. And some basic scissors, they look pretty sharp. I even bought specifically the serrated edge kind of scissors, but that doesn't really work for me. The edges all kind of go up and it just doesn't work for, I guess, how my head is shaped. So I prefer a straight cut. And so now I'm just holding the lace kind of taut in my finger. I've got that middle cut right here, and so I'm just going to focus on one side, go down, and then do the other. So really all I'm focused on is just making sure I leave enough lace around the edge. So get those little strands of hair. I used to again be really afraid of the hair. I don't want to cut any strand. There's so much hair on wigs. Don't worry about cutting the strand. It's not like your actual hair where each strand is vital. Yeah. Just going to cut down. Again, this does not look super professional. It feels a little scary. And that's okay. It's still going to work. Yeah, so while lace is definitely to be cared for, it's not going to disintegrate in your hands, which is what I feel like I used to think. Like lace was so fragile. And it's actually not that precious. I mean, of course, you want to be careful and not pull on it or things like that to, for longevity. But when cutting or even handling your wig, it's very durable. They use it for a reason. So just cutting all the way down. And the ear part, I like to customize once I have it back on my head, so I'm just trying to get all this excess off. You can see there's still a lot of excess. So just gonna cut it down. Look at that. You cut your lace and the wig is still standing. It's gonna be okay. And I'm just gonna go back down the other side. So again, I can kind of miss the ear part because I'm going to further customize that once I get it on and figure out where do I really want to cut it. So I'm just focused on this hairline and still again leaving about a couple, a centimeter or so I can further customize. There we go. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention is if you have a cap that's just not fitting completely right, or you're at the last part of these pieces. I have a lot of decent bio hair. It's kind of thicker, and so sometimes I actually have just removed these and my wig fits great. And again, you don't have to be so precious with these wigs. Customize them to make them actually fit, and everything you do can probably be remedied. You can always sew that back on. Let's try her on and see what else needs to be cut back. All right. So when possible, you try to dig in and use ear tabs to adjust. These have some combs in them. So here's that hairline. As you can tell, there's still a lot here that I'd want to trim back. What I usually do, because I do have good bio hair and usually I'm picking a wig that blends really well, is I actually cut in here. So you really can't see the lace at all, and I really don't have this tab. Terrifying as well, because you're like, I just spent good money on that wig. Am I butchering it? No, you are customizing it to your needs. So don't be afraid. It will not fall apart. And that's what I'm going to do over here too, so that the lace can just kind of stop here. And then I'm going to kind of cut in so that then the wig can just blend. And then here, I'm going to cut it just a little bit more closer to the hairline. But I wanted to get this thing on because I also find that wigs feel so much different when I've got all of the lace, and so I want to get a lot of that off so that I can really feel the wig out and how it's going to really wear, and then I can cut the lace closer. All right, so I can kind of know where this fits on my head and where I want to cut that lace back. I take just like makeup, I've got a little eyebrow pencil, and I just kind of mark on the lace. And because I know it can come off, I don't have to worry. There we go. Another thing you could do is glue it down. So if you had not as much hair on the sides, you could glue it down. Also an option. And again, that's why you have this lace, so you can really customize it to how you like to wear your wigs and what are your kind of needs based on how much hair you have. Okay, so I did cut it back quite a bit more, and oops, pretty far on this side. Some makeup. So then I can blend right there. And then here's the other side. Still works. Okay, so see the little box hair? We're gonna get rid of that. So first, let it down. Then we hit it with the hair dryer. Okay, so I think I figured it out. So get it wet. Then try with a smaller piece. Oh, I did it. Look at that. Look at the lift. Now it's on my face. Now we're gonna make a veal for what this girl can do. But yeah, I do love the golden blonde. I love the dark root that's easy to blend. And yeah, it's got a little bit of a wave. Makes it look effortless. To adjust this.